people told me that I shouldn't be a pastry chef because it's not a real job and it doesn't have good income. But I still pursue it because it's something that I love, I'm very passionate about, and it's paying for college.
Hey everyone, it's Neffy Anderson here with a special episode of The Path Less Traveled, a web series spotlighting millennial entrepreneurs. Each episode is packed with actionable advice for you to start, run, and grow your business. Today's guest is pastry chef and mixed media artist, and someone that I'm lucky enough to call my sister, Nzinga Anderson. Now, at the age of 14, Nzinga is most known for being the founder and CEO of Nzee's Creations, a home bakery she started in 2014 in order to save money for college by doing what she loves: baking. In addition to having a successful business, Nzinga is also the president of student council. She plays on the tennis team. She's taking college classes, and she is consistently on the honor roll. Nzinga has been recognized for her work by organizations such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation and has been invited to speak about entrepreneurship at various conferences and colleges, one of them being Columbia University. Nzinga, I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. Hearing all those things, it's like, wow, I can't believe I did all that in my 14 years.
Yes, girl. Just you're full of black girl magic. So the one question that everyone wants to know is, how did you get started? Where did this baking thing come from?
Well, I've always been creative from such a young age, and I would always help my mom around the holidays. She's known for like giving cards out for the holidays, so I would always help her, draw in the cards or write messages. And one holiday, she brought me a card set, and I made my own cards. And she's like, you always have to sign your work. So not only did I sign my name on the back, I also signed Nzee's Creations. And we came up with that because my nickname was Nzee, and then just like, it's your creation, so just put Nzee's Creations. And ever since, I just ran with it, and every year I feel like I transitioned into something new. So after cards, I started to make hand-painted glasses, and then after that, I started to do baking.
Yeah, and let me say, those cards would fly though, because those were not the regular cards. Okay, these cards, they had like real hair. Yeah. They had old earrings of mine, like they were 3D and all these fun things. So this is the creativity has taken many forms, as you said, and you're not new to this.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the specifics of starting this baking business. How did that come about?
When my great-grandma, her cancer battle turned for the worst, I took up the role of cooking for her because it gave me the opportunity to try different things. Because coming from a Jamaican background, my dad, he wants the strict Jamaican food, nothing American. So since she was so willing to try anything, she allowed me to cook for her, bake for her, and that just gave me the opportunity to try different things. And I would watch Food Network, and I would watch, the baking shows. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do they do that? I want to learn how to make that. And just with trial and error, I found something that I really love.
Yeah, and I love it too, because I'm the taste tester, okay? I like to do a little bit of quality control, eat a little bit of this, eat a little bit of that. So talk to me about the mechanics of the business, right? How does everything work? Do you have interns? Do you have employees? Like, give me the scoop, girl.
I feel like you can't really have a business. You can't run a business by yourself. I feel like there's always somebody, in the back helping you out. So the people in the back is my family.
Hey.
Yeah. So with you, you handle all like the paperwork and everything. My brother, he helps with like packaging and make sure that every cake has the right box, to present to the customer. My dad, he helps with like quality control, make sure that everything is precise and tell me what I can improve on. And my mom, she's a part of the street team. Now, even though street team is more than one person, she's that person who goes up to you, she's like, hi, here's a card for you. My daughter bakes and also she helps, put me on to other people, and all together it makes a great pack.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Talk to me about the opportunities that you created for yourself that led to your big break.
Well, I feel like I haven't had my big break yet, but steps leading up to it, I guess it would have to be, just putting myself out there more and being consistent with my posts it allowed me to be on my first panel at 12 years old.
Yes, girl, you was up there with grown people. Okay,
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? And Nzinga was on an entrepreneur panel, and there were people on the panel that was like 30, and she's 12. So you did that.
And after that, I guess you could say, me speaking at Columbia, and all these other things. I feel it's the small things that make everything come together. But I'm still waiting for my big break to happen.
Right. And you know what? One of the ways that I'd love to like just sit back and watch you grow as your sister is you speaking up for yourself, girl.
Yeah.
Because you crazy behind the scenes, but in front, it takes you a while to warm up to people, like most, right?
Yeah.
You're not just gonna be like right out the bag. But in order for you to sell or promote your business, like nobody's gonna speak up for you, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that experience of just coming into your own and using public speaking in order to get you in front of different audiences and to help you grow your business.
Well, I never liked public speaking. I still kind of don't like public speaking. I'm starting to, get comfortable with it. But I feel like if you didn't push me, to talk to people, I feel like I would kind of be in the same space that I was in before. For example, when I had my pop-up shop, everything was set up beautifully, everything was nice, and, I wasn't getting any customers. They'll come and look, but they won't buy. So I figured, you have to speak to them. You told me you have to speak to them. So I would introduce myself. I'll say, hi, like, good afternoon. My name's Nzinga. And I would just start talking to them about my business, even if they didn't ask me to, because that's how you have to reel them in.
That's a gem.
Yeah.
That's a gem.
And I feel like ever since, it kind of made me more confident. Even in school, I usually like to sit in the back of the class and not ask any questions, to not bring any attention to myself. But I feel like that doesn't get you anywhere. So now I always make sure I have the first seat in the front row, ask all the questions that I need, because I feel like nobody really cares, and you have to care for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. And just you speaking up for yourself, I know that this past school year, your school actually hired you to make the baked goods for their annual dance.
Yeah, so in the beginning of the year, I wanted to help. I was like helping out with every little things in school. And I wanted to help with making the float. And me just talking to the teachers and just getting comfortable and like, hi, my name's Nzinga. I would tell them about my business. And I never would have thought that same day, fast forward all the way to the end of the year, would, allow me to have that great opportunity of providing all the baked pastries and stuff for the dance.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you know now that you wish you knew when you first got into the baking industry?
I guess you could say I wish I knew more about the pricing of like cakes and all the pastries, because it's something that I still struggle with today. It's like people are like, oh my gosh, the cakes are way too expensive, but I feel that they don't really think about like, the cakes that I make, they're custom cakes. They're not like the cakes that you find in the store or BJ's or something like that. Like, even if you have a custom car with that custom color, it's going to be more expensive than your typical car. Or even with a shirt, if your shirt has something, written on it, it's going to be more expensive. So the same thing with the cakes. I feel that, they don't really think about all the time and all the ingredients that goes into the cake. So, if you want a good or quality job, you have to get quality ingredients.
Right.
And I don't think they factor in or think about, like, all the prices that come into play. So the prices of the ingredients, because everything's made from scratch.
Right.
So the prices of ingredients, my time, the materials, travel, all those different things get factored into the price.
Right. I love it because pricing is just always so difficult for entrepreneurs no matter what field you're in.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you're absolutely correct. The cakes that you make, they're not only cakes, but they provide an experience, right?
Yeah.
People are coming to you for customized cookies, cakes, cupcakes, cake pops, all that good stuff. But it's not like, oh, just give me the regular. I don't want anything on it. Yeah. It's like, I want my name on it. I want it to have gold everywhere. They want like these extravagant things, which, right, you have the right to want.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you want something custom for your baby shower, for your engagement party, which you've done, for your birthday, right, you're going to pay that extra money to have that be a part of that amazing experience, right? You spending that money on your hair, you spending that money on your dress, your clothes, all that good stuff. So I feel like your pastries is kind of like, ties everything in nicely.
Yeah.
So what would you say is one thing that most people don't know about your journey to where you are today?
Most people don't know that I have sickle cell. Now, sickle cell is a hereditary disease where it changes the shape of your blood cells. So regular blood cells are like circle shaped, and sickle cell blood cells are like crescent shaped. So due to the blood cells being that shape, when it comes to like, passing through your blood vessels and everything, it fits like a puzzle. I feel like the blood cells are like a puzzle piece, and they all kind of like sometimes come together, which can result in a crisis. And a crisis sometimes can lead to being in the hospital for over a week, which has happened to me. But I feel that a lot of people don't know that about me because I was always so protective about it. And I always felt that, people are always going to look down on me for having that, look at me differently. For example, like in school, I remember when, since having sickle cell, you can't have cold packs. You have to only have warm packs when you get a crisis. So due to that, they would have my picture in the freezer, especially for those nurses, like, if they're absent, to let them know that I can't have ice. So the kids who go to the nurse's office, they'll come to me and be like, why is your picture in the freezer? I'm like, they love my face, they want to see me. But the truth was that due to having sickle cell, I couldn't have it. And I always just felt ashamed of that. And I never told them the truth because I always felt they would look at me differently. But I say all that to say that I think, it's just built me up and made me stronger to allow me to know that I can do anything. And don't be the first person to tell yourself no. And, everybody would say, oh, you can't do this, you can't play sports. But I did all those things and I'm still here.
Yes, I love it. First of all, thank you. I mean, this is a moment that I, as your sister, just have been waiting for because you inspire me every day, literally. I know that a lot of times, like you say, that you look up to me, but I really look up to you. And Nzinga, you are everything. You, defy all the odds. You're so disciplined. You're so smart. I feel like she's like one of those people that you feel that are just good at everything. And I feel that way. So with all that being said, you being so great in all these different areas of your life, and people not even knowing that you have this, this illness.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I feel like you sharing that will empower somebody else. Will empower that other child or person that has sickle cell.
Yeah.
Or that person that has cancer. Or that person that's missing a leg or a hand or something else that they think, it's over for me. I can't achieve my dreams. Mm-hmm. And one thing that you said that I love is don't be the first person to tell yourself no.
Yeah.
I love that because everyone is waiting to tell you that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, and you can't be saying that to yourself. It's just like all positive energy up in here. Mm-hmm. And with you with sickle cell, I know that, behind the scenes, people will tell you, you shouldn't do sports. What are you doing sports for? You can't do this. You can't do that. This girl... You not only has she played tennis, you played track.
Yeah. So also, for example, what happened with track was when I was running on the track field, I caught a crisis. I sat out. I'm like, okay, it's gonna get better, but it didn't get better. It only got worse. So I ended up having to go to the hospital, and I had to stay there for a couple of weeks. Family would come and be like, oh, why did you do this to yourself? You're putting yourself in jeopardy because you know that you can't play sports. I don't know why you do this. And I don't regret it at all because I feel like, they're always going to tell you no, and you never know until you try.
Right.
And I feel that also it's not something that, it's not controllable. I could always, take the proper care of myself to make sure that I can do what I want to do in terms of staying hydrated and, just taking it easy.
Right. Wow, and Nzinga, you're so inspiring and you've overcome so much. Talk to me about the last low point of your career and how you bounced back from that. Like, I know you're only 14, girl. But up until you've surpassed people that are twice your age. Yeah. So what was your last low point and how did you bounce back from that?
I would have to say my last low point was actually this summer. I was trying to look for an internship because I'm always looking to perfect my craft. I feel like you're never good enough. There's always room to improve.
Right.
So, and me looking for internships, every place that I went to, they did have internships available, but they said I was too young. Mm-hmm. So, with that being a factor playing into all of that, I wasn't able to get an internship. But I looked at it as a sign from God, like, okay, they're not ready for you yet. This is going to be my time to work on me and my brand. So that's exactly what I did. So, I'm working on my website and my YouTube channel. So by the time this interview has aired or been released, everything will be up and running. So I'll have my YouTube channel and I'll have my website up.
Whoop whoop! So what's the name of your website?
Nzinga Anderson.
At NzingaAnderson.com. I love it. So you guys make sure that you put that on your radar, bookmark that, because Nzinga got some hot content coming. Can you talk to me about how you're using social media strategically in order to further develop your brand awareness?
I make sure that everything I make, I post it online to make people aware that I'm a baker. I always try to be consistent with my posts. Because you want to go to the page and you want to be able to tell what they're about. You don't want to have to scroll through like, oh, they make cakes. Like, as soon as you see it, you should be able to see that. So I always try to post consistently. I also like to do the behind the scenes on my Instagram story. So I always take them behind the scenes and, whipping up the butter, making the frosting, or making the cake, baking. So I feel like that's important because people want to know what's going into these, your products. And I feel like it's a good way to get yourself out there because social media is hot right now,
Yes, it's definitely hot.
I feel like that's a great way to put yourself out there.
Right. I love it. So talking about putting yourself out there, you have had amazing support from family and friends. Can you talk to, say, that parent, right? Mm-hmm. Their child wants to be an entrepreneur. What do you have to say to them? Because, our parents, they wasn't too fond of you being on social media at first. Like, oh, she's too young, blah, blah, blah. So now looking back at it, talk to parents that are in that current situation who has a child who wants to become an entrepreneur and pursue their passion. What do you have to say to that parent?
I feel like, your kids always want support, and they want to know that you have their back, and they also want to know that, you're going to be with them 100%, even if it may fail or it may succeed. They want to know that you're there with them, and, if they fall, you'll be there to pick them up. Just like me, I want to know that you have my back, and I want to know that, you'll be there with me during the rough and the down moments and the up moments.
Right. And so now on the flip side, what do you have to say to that entrepreneur, that person that is super passionate about something, or they want to try something new, they think that this is like something that they love, that they want to do for their career, but it's not popular, they're unsure. What do you think?
The first thing I have to say is it's okay to be unique. I feel like I stand out in my school not only because of my business, but also, I love to change up my hairstyle, bring a little new things to the school. So I feel like it's okay to be unique, and there aren't a lot of entrepreneurs in school right now, I feel, at least in my school. And it's okay to stand out. If you want to start your own business, I feel like research is key. You have to put that time in to see how much, everything is going to cost. Like say you want to do lipstick or something, look into how much the ingredients are going to be,
right.
Or how much would it be to buy everything wholesale. I think research is just key.
Yeah, I agree. Because let me tell you, I would like to say that I help you with that mindset because when I was doing an internship, the person I was interning for told me, you can ask me anything, but don't ask me anything that Google can give you the answer to. Okay? Yeah. So I have inherited that. I've taken that on. And that's my philosophy too. So whenever you ask me something like, oh, what should I get for my birthday? What should I do with my hair? What should I do about this? What should I do about that? How do you spell it? I'm like, did you Google it? So now you know, Nzinga don't even ask me anymore. Just go to Google, okay? Yeah. And so I feel like that has really laid the foundation for you because, you research your ingredients and what works best for this and that. But, YouTube has also really been your foundation. Yeah. Because, nobody taught you how to do You taught yourself how to do it.
Yeah. I feel like, YouTube is the foundation of most of the things that I know. If I'm looking up how to make, a hat and fondant or something, I'll go research it. And, take those different things that they tell me to do and put it into practice.
Right. I love it. Well, speaking of social media and YouTube and all that great stuff, you know that we're nothing without you. We love the fans, right? We put out a question and we wanted to know, what did you want to know about Nzinga and her business? So let me pop in to see what questions you have for the young girl. Okay. So someone wants to know, you're saving for college. Do you know which college you want to go to?
I don't know which college I want to go to yet. I didn't start to actually research, but I definitely know that I'm going to college. Education is very important to me, and my mom's a teacher, so that's kind of instilled in me. And I take education very seriously, even when I'm in school. I know you guys tell me not to be too hard on myself, but those moments when I get that 80 and I want that 90 or 100, I get so mad. I'm like, I need to try harder. Why didn't I get that 100? Why didn't I get that 90? Or even those moments when it happens, I get that 60 or something. I beat myself up that's not okay. It's going to bring down my whole entire average. But I definitely take education and school very seriously, so I'm definitely going to college.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, you smart. You a scholar girl. And it's crazy because it's sometimes people think that as a creative, you can't do well in school, right? Yeah, you don't like reading and math. This girl, she likes social studies, and last year you won an award for Scientist of the Year.
Yeah.
Scientist of the Year, y'all? Are you serious? Okay, let's see. What else do people want to know? What did you deliberately do to brand yourself?
I guess you could say social media helped me with that as well. Just to put myself out there and make people aware. And also public speaking. I feel like public speaking plays a big part in it as well. Even when people don't ask you what you do, you have to just tell them. Because most people aren't going to ask.
Yeah, they're not even know Nzinga, how's your business?
Yeah.
Or how you do. When somebody asks you how you doing, you got to tell them how you doing. Okay? You got to let them know everything what's going on with school. Whatever you need or want the support of from others, you have to say it to them without them asking. Because sometimes they don't know to ask.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and so the last question that we have is, what's next? Which I feel like you kind of touched on that, but what's next and how can we show support?
What's next? So I'm going to be, when this is released, my YouTube and my website will be up, so you can go check that out. But how can you support? I always think, of course, ordering a cake or something or a pastry. But not only that, following me, sharing my work with, your colleagues or people in your group. And also, I think mostly just, sharing my work. You don't necessarily have to buy them. It would be nice. But just sharing my posts or sharing my cakes and let more people aware of what I'm doing.
Wow. And Nzinga, I am so proud of you. I know that I speak for everybody on the other side of that camera when we say thank you so much for having the courage to turn your passion into a lucrative career. And in this case, in order to stay for college early, girl. So I just want to let you know that we are so proud of you, and we will continue to cheer you on. Yay! If you guys enjoyed this interview as much as I did, I need you to let me know it. Don't be stingy. Don't be cheap. I need you to like. Can you say like?
Like.
I need you to share. Share. Can you say share? And I need you to subscribe. Yes. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yes? And share with all your friends and family, and especially other entrepreneurs, especially the young ones, to let them know that they can be successful and that your age doesn't determine your greatness. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Until next time, bye.